Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the UAE National Anthem. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Informa Markets President of Maritime, Andrew Williams.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Seatrade and Informa Markets to Seatrade Maritime, Middle East 2021. I must express our gratitude to the Minister of Energy and Infrastructure, His Excellency Sohail Mohammed Al-Mazroui, and his team at the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure for their gracious patronage of the UAE Maritime Week, and also for joining us here today. I stand here on behalf of Informa, the global exhibitions company that includes Seatrade within its group, and also representing Mr. Chris Heyman, chairman of Seatrade, who had planned to be here, however has not been able to attend due to new COVID travel restrictions in the UK, and he wanted me to pass on his best regards. On his, Seatrade's, and my own behalf, we take this opportunity to congratulate the UAE on its re-election to the members of as a member of the IMO Council, a fantastic result, also gaining the highest level of votes in its category. Yet another signal that maritime leadership in the UAE is extremely strong, resilient, and forward-thinking, and once again playing an important role on a global stage in maritime. Of course, I also want to thank our sponsors, exhibitors, and speakers, as well as our partners for their continued support of this event. Your commitment makes this possible and cements the value of this gathering for the regional community. Seatrade has been privileged to support the development of maritime industry in the Middle East for more than 2 decades. And I'm delighted that we have been able to once again return to Dubai after an absence of over 20 months, and it's our pleasure to be here to deliver this great event. Through the support and innovation leadership of the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure, we are delighted to help facilitate the strengthening of UAE Maritime Week and the maritime community. It's been a tradition for almost 20 years now that Seatrade Maritime Middle East is hosted here in Dubai every other year. But I'm also delighted to announce here, as part of the recovery and as part of the growth in developing exhibitions in the region, we will also be returning in the alternate years by delivering Seatrade Maritime Middle East in Abu Dhabi starting from next year. By creating an annual iteration of this event, we hope to further our support of the UAE's maritime ambitions, provide more connections across the country, and help develop the industry for the good of the global community. Many of you in this room today and those who are watching online, because we are absolutely simultaneously running a virtual event, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching us probably right now. I truly hope this gathering on offer through this event, in face-to-face and online, will really help businesses reconnect, revitalize, reimagine, and really grow the paths to success. Through Seatrade and Informa's support of the global community, one thing has been very clear for us over the last 2 years. The resilience of this maritime community is second to none. Through this strong leadership here in the Middle East and across the world, the maritime industry has kept world economies afloat, kept communities connected with goods and services, and provided vital energy infrastructure and security across the world's consumers, and during the most difficult social and economic conditions. And of course, at the heart of all this, these hardships and successes have been endured by seafarers, which have made tough sacrifices and shown extreme dedication, to which I'm sure we all agree we owe a debt of gratitude. And I'd like to take this moment to actually give all the seafarers in the world a round of applause for their dedication over the last 2 years. Thank you. I'm delighted that His Excellency Sohail Mohammed Al-Mazroui is with us today to deliver a keynote speech, and we'll hear from him in a moment. But I'm also pleased that it's my pleasure to also welcome later Abdullah bin Damithan, CEO and Managing Director of DP World, UAE and Jafsa, as well as Dr. Ismail Abdel Ghaffar Ismail Farag, President of the Arab Academy of Science, Technology and Maritime Transport. And again, we look forward to hearing from them. However, I will step down now, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome to the stage to deliver the keynote speech His Excellency Sohail Mohammed Al-Mazroui. Please, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Andrew. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure, first of all, to welcome you all here at the UAE Maritime Week. Connecting minds and building or dreaming about our future is what we are here for. And at the Maritime, we are connecting continents, we're connecting people, we are providing the vital necessities to humanity through the trade and enabling trade among different countries and different continents. We truly have tested the global value chain by the pandemic, but I'm very glad with the dedication of the seafarers and the companies and the authorities working in this industry, we manage to get through it. It gives me as well great pleasure to thank all of those who voted for us in this week, and we look forward to work with the IMO to build this industry to become tougher and tougher in the future and to become more resilient. But at the same time, we need to take care of some of the challenges facing humanity. Some of them are related to the global warming and the need for net zero. And I'm proud UAE have been one of those countries who have pledged their target ahead of the COP26. That shows you how the leadership of the United Arab Emirates are dedicated to be a good model in the Middle East and also to act as a catalyst for promoting the safe and world-class practices. We will be needing the technology to evolve and to deal with some of those challenges. And we are following with keen interest the R&D that many of your countries are doing, and we look forward to collaborate with you to be able to see autonomous ships, to see that we are innovating in the fuel of the ships and making it cleaner and cleaner with time. We need as well to take care of the seafarers. And here in the United Arab Emirates, we highly regard the seafarers and we treat them with respect, and we need to ensure that they are getting the medical treatment during the pandemic as they are leaving their families and working in the sea at a very tough conditions to ensure that the lifestyle that we are living in is continuing. Therefore, we will work with the IMO to improve the legislations and work with you to improve the way that we are conducting our business. And I'm sure in venues like this, we can connect, we can think together, we can innovate, and we can draw the future of our countries and ensure that we are working on a parallel line. One is to ensure that the growth of the world economy is sustained, and at the same time, we address some of the environmentally challenging issues related. At the same time, we need to be mindful of the requirements of the common fossil fuel and the current energies to ensure that they are available to countries at an affordable price, and we need to maintain the investments. So it's a bit challenging for us as a hydrocarbon producing nation. We set a target for net zero, and we are working very hard on it, and these targets will also address the requirements of the maritime. So with you, again, we are ready to work, we're ready to positively impact the IMO and to work with you toward the common target and at the same time addressing some of those challenges. Thank you very much. I hope you will enjoy being here at Expo, where more than 192 countries are there, but at the same time we're looking forward for your deliberation, connection, and the improvements that you could do to the industries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us, for your wise words and your vision. Now, I would like to introduce to you, and joining us on stage, please welcome the President of the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport, Dr. Ismail Abdel Ghaffar Ismail Farag. Doctor, please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. His Excellency, Dr. Suhail Al-Mazroui, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, let me begin with my sincere congratulations to the United Arab Emirates that has, for the third consecutive time, won the Category B membership in the IMO Executive Council. Yes, it was great, so congratulations to the United Arab Emirates for this great achievement. It is truly a moment of pride for me and everyone at the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport to be a part of this progressive nation that has proved its competence yet again. As we ride high on this win, it is overwhelming to be a part of Seatrade Maritime Middle East, one of the industry's leading events under the umbrella of the United Arab Emirates Maritime Week that has over the years contributed to the progress of the United Arab Emirates maritime sector. It is an honor to represent the maritime education sector, as it is critical to the industry's growth and essential for safeguarding the sector's interest in the long run. We at Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport, Sharjah branch, have always been keen on providing continuous support to the industry in the United Arab Emirates and the Middle East, with our branches in Egypt, Syria, Sharjah, United Arab Emirates, and the other countries in the region. We firmly believe that the proper education and training are the keys to the future and the cornerstone for nations' progress and prosperity. It is the primary factor for human achievements throughout all ages. As an incubator for academically qualified Emirati and GCC professionals, we believe that the onus is on us to shape the minds of the future generation. Hence, through our constant effort, we strive to meet the growing demand for professionals in this vital sector and boost the nation's maritime economy. We also seek to enhance the investment environment in the regional maritime sector by providing the necessary education and training for professionals for maritime entities. Our approach has helped us build the partnerships between the national academic sector and the maritime industry. Given the rapid advancements in technology, we have been utilizing our state-of-the-art facilities to create a learning environment that advances the research and development capabilities of the country and create future leaders. Our strengths have aided us to gain a prominent position in the United Arab Emirates Maritime Cluster, recently launched by the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. We are certain that the cluster will indeed strengthen cooperation between students from maritime academies like ours and facilitate connections with experts and professionals in the United Arab Emirates. This will support our mission of creating a new generation of maritime professionals who will contribute to the development of the United Arab Emirates for the next 50 years. By supporting a significant event that, like the UAE Maritime Week, we reaffirm our commitment to educate the country's younger generation. The week will be an eye-opener for aspiring professionals and students, as they will not only gain critical insights about the industry, but will also get the opportunity to network with industry leaders. Today, as we convene at this great platform, let us all collectively pledge to collaborate and cooperate to overcome the global maritime challenges and reinforce the United Arab Emirates' position as the vital maritime center. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Ismail. And I know that he didn't mention it, but on the show floor out here, we have a stand, or there is a stand for the Academy. And I ask many of you, please do stop by, see some of the recruits, see some of the students. We have a couple of them at the back of the room, I see as well. But please do stop by. It's a very, very good stand to see. Okay, let me now perhaps move on and introduce our next speaker. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome DP World's UAE and JAFSA CEO Managing Director, Abdullah bin Damathan. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Suhail Mohammed Al-Mazrou'i, Minister of Energy and my friends from Seatrade Maritime Middle East. I would like to start again by congratulating Your Excellency Suhail Mohammed Al-Mazrou'i on winning the Category B membership in the IMO Council for the third consecutive year. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the special occasion of the 50th anniversary of the UAE, and we take pride to be part of the UAE Maritime Week with the Seatrade Maritime Middle East 2021, held under the patronage of UAE Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. We are glad to see you here in Expo Dubai 2020, and I do encourage you, like His Excellency mentioned, that you take the time, the opportunity to meet all of these pavilions. And don't forget DP World Flow Pavilion. Maritime journey in Dubai has been old as UAE, right from the opening of Port Rashid in 1972. And as we, as DP World, have evolved being a humble local port operator to a leading provider of a global smart end-to-end supply chain logistics. The learning we had in this journey has helped us make a significant presence both in high growth and established market. The maritime and shipping industry has been witnessing rough challenges over the past couple of years. Disruption has always been in the industry, be it in trade war, political sanction, natural disaster, shift in trade pattern, and many more. But whenever there has been a disruption, the industry has adapted, evolved, and reshaped itself. Global trade will remain a critical, overpower disruption and survive uncertainties. The year 2020 witnessed the COVID shock, and in 2021, the industry had the various challenges that eventually led to bottleneck in the supply chain. And just to give a few examples, if we look at the blockage of the Suez Canal, typhoon in Shanghai and Delta variant cases, equipment shortages in Far East and Europe, increased freight, congestion, blank sailing, and now the new COVID variant leading to partial lockdown in few countries. And unfortunately, Chris couldn't be with us here. Despite all the challenges that were thrown at us, our container volume across all the DP World assets grew in first 9 months of the year. But how did we manage to achieve this? It was by diversifying our physical infrastructure that helped to streamline the trade flow. We combined our infrastructure with digitalization, as His Excellency mentioned, and removed our dependency on one single source. We collaborated and with the relevant stakeholder, as it is always about a teamwork. Our Dubai Trade Portal is one example of how effective collaboration can be. We have also implemented regulatory framework like our World Logistics Passport that is effectively designed to smoothen the trade flow, creating new trading partnership, bringing together governments and international organizations to diversify the trade globally. And by only applying all of the above, we were able to outperform growth by 11.9% year over year. As mentioned by His Excellency, port will continue to be a major part of the global trade and transportation sector will be and continue be a vital to the success story of the world economy. Intelligent and sustainable port are the future of our industry, reshaping and rethinking the need of the hour. We need to find ways to achieve shorter lead time, personalizing offer, automation, AI, blockchain technology, and most importantly, data analytics. But growth is not without consequences. It prepares us for a major shift and forces us to react to other challenges, like the climate change mentioned by His Excellency and the carbon emission and others. And like any other industry, one of the essential part of being a trade enabler is giving back to the community. How do we face these challenges? And at DP World, we are IMO 2020 compliant with a commitment to help reduce sulfur emission. Reduction in these emissions will have direct positive impact on health and environment of the world, particularly for population living closer to the port and coasts. We have also been driving various decarbonization initiatives with leading industry players to develop solutions to community. Our recent agreement with Man Energy Solution targeting common progress in decarbonization is one of the examples. And our interests and investment are not limited only to digitalization and innovation, but also in green fuel infrastructure, hybrid engine, and more R&D in such fields. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, supply chain challenges are many, but so are the opportunities. As a provider of smart logistics, DP World has a tool and drive to enable data-driven smart trade in the region and globally. New technology make our operation more sustainable, create a better and more connecting world. Our world, our future strategy is designed to deliver responsible operation, and we are confident with this conference forum, open to views and insight of the expert gathered here. I'm confident to also see that we will see new ideas and potential solution developed. Thank you very much and wish you a great afternoon ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah. That concludes the speeches and the talks this morning. I want to again thank you, Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, for joining us here today as well. We will now be proceeding through to the exhibition, and for those who are joining us this evening at the awards, we look forward to seeing you back in here at 6 o'clock. If I could finally ask for Your Excellencies to perhaps join us now on the Academy stand, where we'll be witnessing a signing between the Academy and the MCA. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in a moment.